Members of the KwaZulu-Natal Executive Council, led by Premier Thami Ntuli, paid a courtesy visit to the Zulu King, Misuzulu kaZwelithini in Ulundi in the north of the province. Ntuli says it was fitting to introduce the provincial cabinet to His Majesty as a sign of respect and recognition of the throne. Newzroom Afrika's Ntando Mnyandu reports.
The entire provincial executive descended on the old KwaZulu government legislature in Ulundi, the historic seat of the first government in the province after the dawn of democracy. But today, the province's first citizen visited His Majesty King Misuzulu kaZwelithini to introduce the newly configured cabinet. Ntuli says the visit was essential.
Our rationale of being here today was to introduce the new leadership of the province of KwaZulu-Natal government, the speaker, deputy speaker, and also members of the executive council, the MECs. It was very important for us to do that, since we understand KwaZulu-Natal better. That is a province under the King, His Majesty. And at the helm of the traditional leadership, we have Amakhosi in most of the areas in our province. And our meeting today with His Majesty and the royal family was for us to introduce ourselves and to submit ourselves for the work that we'll be doing for the people of KwaZulu-Natal, since we are the servants of the people in this province.
Ntuli quickly dismissed any assertions that the seat of provincial legislature might relocate to Ulundi.
I know that there will be a discussion and a dialogue as to whether this is an indication that we'll be relocating. The answer is no. There will be a discussion about that. I think we all know that we have been saying that in our discussions, that there will be a discussion, but there is no decision on that one.
Since King Misuzulu's ascension to the throne, there have been simmering tensions between the government and the royal house over the Ingonyama Trust. This led to the Prime Minister of the Zulu nation, Reverend Ntuli, calling for the provincial government to respect the king.
The permission to occupy certificates are signed by Amakhosi. Amakhosi convene traditional councils. They assess the request which is made by a person, and based on that, whether there is a commercial interest or a domestic interest, they then sign off the permission to occupy certificate, which is the core of Ingonyama Trust, which is the land tenure function. That is the function now which the department is taking away, and the king is saying not under his watch. He will not allow that to happen.
Reverend Ntuli has since been appointed MEC for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, a department key to the issues pertaining to Amakhosi, the monarch, and traditional leadership. Premier Ntuli and his executive presented cows to His Majesty as a gift. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Ntando Mnyandu in Ulundi, northern KwaZulu-Natal.